Chapter 7. What remains when the ego disappears? If Chapter 6 was the moment of seeing the house builder, Chapter 7 is the moment of walking beyond the house itself. Perhaps this is not an ending. Perhaps it is a beginning that is no longer shaped by the ego, no longer shaped by memory, no longer shaped by the countless labels we have carried throughout our lives. In the previous chapter, we discovered that the ego is not a fixed entity. It is a movement, a process, a continuous stream of perception, memory, emotion, and reaction. As the five aggregates are seen clearly, the movement of the ego is seen as well. And in that very moment, the ego quietly loses the fuel that once kept it alive. Not because it has been destroyed, but because it has been understood. When every belief is gently released, when every label falls away, what remains is not emptiness. It is pure aliveness. Life itself, fresh, silent, boundless, like opening your eyes for the very first time. A child does not look at a tree and think, "This is a tree." The child simply sees, without comparison, without judgment, without naming, only wonder, perhaps. Heaven, Nirvana, and the kingdom of God have never been somewhere else. Perhaps they have always been here, hidden only behind the dust of thought, hidden behind the endless stories the mind keeps telling itself. The symphony of timeless merit. As we have discovered throughout this journey, true merit is not a reward, nor is it something the ego can accumulate. It naturally arises whenever presence is fully alive, when the ego is seen with understanding rather than resisted. Something extraordinary begins to unfold. We no longer see darkness as an enemy. We begin to realize darkness has always been searching for the light. Fear, anger, greed, jealousy, confusion. Each one is simply a forgotten part of ourselves, waiting to be seen, not condemned, not destroyed, but understood, held gently, within the light of awareness. And when awareness embraces darkness, darkness does not need to disappear by force. It dissolves, the way night quietly disappears before the sunrise. Then one simple realization appears. Perhaps you never left Nirvana. Perhaps you never left God. Only the clouds of thought had hidden the sky that was always clear. The world remains exactly the same. Yet everything feels different. What once appeared as suffering now becomes the very path that reveals wholeness. Not because life has changed, but because the one who is seeing has changed. The hidden key of Chapter 7. Do not try to control the river of life. Become the river. The moment you stop rowing with the ego, life begins to carry you effortlessly. Perhaps what we call God has never been waiting at the end of the river. God has always been the river itself, and you have never been separate from its flow. Perhaps you have simply remembered who you have always been.